What is up, everyone? I am Ral, and this is my first host for the marathon. I'm super excited to be here, and I hope you guys are as well. I can't believe we are already at $2,632 raised. That is so close to 3K, which, if we hit 3K, everyone, that means that Speed Souls Charity Marathon has raised $50,000 to date in total, which is absolutely amazing. I know we should probably not clap in advance, but I'm gonna clap in advance. Clap. Tezur0.
I'm gonna clap in advance.
Okay, awesome. No pressure on the clapping. Yeah, so we've got Elderborn Any percent with Tezur0 coming up. Tezur0, how are you doing? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey, I'm Tezur0. I'm a Russian speedrunner who generally doesn't play anything that resembles Souls-likes. I mean, I play them, but I don't speedrun any of that. My Sekiro experience was pretty poor back when it happened, and nobody remembers that it actually happened. So this is Elderborn. This is a game made by Polish devs, and it is actually kind of a Souls-like. And unless Morale has something else to say, I'll just start.
Yeah, I actually didn't know anything about Eldenborn before, and I've never seen it before, so I Googled a little bit because I wanted to be a little bit prepared for this. So I was like, Eldenborn into Google. And the first thing that comes up is Elderborn a good game? And it says from Google, Elderborn is almost a good game. What do you have to say about that, Tezur0?
It's a fine game. It has its problems, but it is nice for what it is. I mean, it's a $20 title, maybe even 15, I don't know.
I'm excited regardless. You're a great runner, and I can't wait to see this. So yeah, whenever you're ready, let's go.
I'm gonna start here quickly. I'll tell you when to start the timer. It's when the first loading is done. Yeah, I'm gonna explain what the hell is going on. A very simple speedrun to follow, extremely straightforward, and we can start the time now. Alright, so this is a first-person kind of Souls-like brawler thingy where you go on a pilgrimage as a barbarian to a sacred city of Yermum to do stuff, and nobody returned alive from there, so you are just a new warrior to just go and do the thing. And the game begins with a bunch of tutorials that you can parry, block. There are fountains, you can recover health, yada yada yada, all your basic Souls-like stuff. And this game has quite a few mechanics. Like every weapon that you pick up has a mastery, which you can master, and then you. I'm gonna take the safety save just in case I fall down to my doom here. And then yeah, you upgrade your character. You can kick, I guess. You get the souls of the enemies, which is actually called essence, and then you do level ups. And the game isn't too long. It has 3 chapters. Come on, go, grab, jump again. This is a very stupid jump. Okay, and yeah, I'm a bit skipping right now, but this isn't really out of bounds. We're gonna get to the broken stuff soon. I don't know why he or she actually rather didn't grab there. Yeah, there we go. So the first part, the first chapter, we need to go up there, and unfortunately there is no quick way on getting on top of that stairwell, for the lack of a better word. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to go through the first dungeon. Here we need to grab a spear for reasons I'll explain, and I died. I, of course, could just go down, grab it, and then reload, respawn at the last fountain, but that's not very cool, so that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna pick it up, die, and it will respawn me at the fountain. I'm just gonna go up here to the first out of bounds. So there are 2 main categories for this game, which is any percent with all the glitches out of bounds, like just like that. We can clip through the wall, nothing major here. And there is an inbounds, which is surprisingly just like a 3 minutes slower, because the respawning on fountains is pretty busted mechanic, and even with it we can skip so much of both first and second biggest areas. But yeah, what does this game offer to you? It has 3 chapters, where first and second are kinda nice. Second is more open world. First is like a big dungeon where you run around, collect various types of keys, and yeah, it's not bad. Definitely won't call it a bad game for what it's called. The weapons feel pretty...
According to Google, almost a good game.
Almost.
But no, so what actually got you into speedrunning this game?
I got gifted it last Christmas, I believe, and well, I just played it, and then I liked the movement. I did all the achievements. I was like, okay, I can watch the speedrun. I can't imagine this game being long, so I went. I looked at speedrun. It was 28 minutes, I believe, any percent. I was like, well,
and you were like, I'm gonna beat that.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat that, and I beat it by like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah.
Wait, so you're number one?
Yeah, I'm holding the record
You are the
for
number one.
Yeah, I am the world record holder for both inbounds and any percent.
Well, you heard it here, chat. Tezur is the world record holder.
I just messed up. Yeah, that's the
damn. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
See, he even messed up, so it's a good opportunity for anyone who's looking to speedrun a new game. This is your new game. Beat Tezur0 for the leaderboard.
I just like the song that much. That's why I decided to redo it.
Oh.
It has a banger soundtrack, that's for sure. There's one thing you cannot blame this game for, is its music. And Hyperstrange are pretty cool devs. They're currently working on Postal Brain Damaged, which, according to its demo, well, if you played it, it's actually pretty decent video game, so hopefully they'll...
Yeah,
go ahead.
If anyone's looking into starting this game as a, a speedrunning game, what would you suggest they do? What are some tips?
Play through it once, it should be good enough. Because the biggest problem with this game is understanding the parry. The parry is a bit wonky sometimes, like, you just need to learn certain enemies' animations. After you've done that, you're pretty much good to go. Now safety save for a marathon, and now we just climb this thingy. But yeah, other than that, like learning routes, you can just refer to this marathon run as a route. There, like, whenever I jump into a wall, there is no like magical inputs I do. It's just, you just jump there, and sometimes you grab, and then you learn at what exactly moments you grab, and that's the out of bounds. This round is extremely simple. Like, I think to beat the record, it took me 3 hours from not knowing the route at all to beating a record.
Oh, wow.
This is first boss. This is Janus, and we're gonna just AI manip him. So 3 attacks and then kick, and then he kicks us in the back, and that's the entire first and second phases of this. And since we're playing on normal, which is the easiest difficulty, we do restore quite a lot of health, because this game has kind of a Bloodborne-like mechanic where damage that you take you can regain later by just doing damage to an enemies. And yeah, we just abuse that heavily in the speedrun. Actually, this boss kicked my nuts very many times in very first playthrough, because his last phase is extremely silly. Like, all the animations that he does throw you off so much, because you think that you would be parrying him, and then his attack is like delayed by another 2 seconds. Like, he's waiting so long for that sword hit, that's incredible. I screamed at my monitor, yeah, like that. Casual mistakes right there. On, swing again. And if you, yeah, okay. And once you kill him, you get enough XP for 2 level ups, and you get his sword. Which is kind of cool, I guess, but not very useful in a speedrun. And that's first chapter of this game done. We'll use this XP that he gave us to level up exactly twice, and that's all the level ups we'll use in the speedrun. It's not even something you need on this difficulty. Like, there is an achievement which is like beat the game without leveling, and if you do it on first 2 difficulties, it's kind of fine. If you go into Elderborn or hard AF difficulties, that's where it gets tricky. But normal and hard are fairly doable with just whatever I'm doing here. Well, on hard you just gotta be a bit more careful. So here I'm gonna pick up my blunt weapon, There are multiple types of weapons, so spears, blunt, quick, and swords, and great swords. And we'll need blunt for the third chapter, where we'll be using it as a main source of damage. And various enemies have various weaknesses. And here I'm just inspecting the puzzle pattern that I got, because that's RNG. And every single round you get a different puzzle pattern, and then sometimes it's very quick to solve, and sometimes it is extremely tedious and annoying. Well, it's not like the puzzle is difficult, you just spin 3 things around and put the keys in, but it can be as quick as 3-4 spins and as long as 15-20 spins. But yeah, I'm just picking up all the keys that I'll need on this location. This is an open world map with 3 towers. This is Yormum city of something, and it's been overrun by priests who let the city rot, something. There is lore in this game, I swear, I just don't know it, even though I played it and collected all the lore you needed for achievement.
Is it similar to like Dark Souls, where the lore is a bit hidden, or...?
Yeah, it's inside the items, and all the lore is inside of plates, and if you miss some plates, then some of the lore kind of doesn't make sense. So, here another out of bounds, which is gonna clip and tower without opening it. So, in this chapter, that's the only difference between any percent and inbounds, is that you actually clip through the doors. Oh, I went the wrong way, I'll have to kill him. So these guys, they do teleport. As a result, they can follow you up to the very top of a tower, and I don't want that. How are you doing, Merle?
I'm doing good. I'm just messaging everyone to convince people to donate to the cause, so I have something to read. Hey, I guess I'll say a reminder. We are fundraising for Save the Children, and they work in 120 different countries around the world, making sure that children are healthy, have access to education, and are protected from harm. So if you're feeling charitable in this moment, feel free to donate. I will read them out loud, your donations. And how are you doing, Tezur0? Are you doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good, and yeah, I don't know. I had another marathon run today, and I actually asked them to swap my time slot, because otherwise I would have been done with the run there, and in 4 minutes I would have to do this run. But then
Wait, really?
Yes, and then the schedule shifted there, and I would have finished my other run 4 minutes into this run, and I was like, I can't do that.
Oh my goodness, you were double booked. I'm so honored that you chose to run here at Speedsoul's Charity Marathon for the kids.
I ran everywhere. It's just Russian marathon that we're currently having. It just runs through the entire week. I'm like Souls.
What game were you running?
I was running SCM 4, which I'm actually running in GDQ this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so be sure to check that out.
Definitely will do. So I was gonna say, if you're not feeling charitable, then Speedsoul's Charity Marathon is definitely feeling charitable this time around. We've got some giveaways going on throughout the marathon. We have one currently running in the chat where you can get an Xbox Game Pass for PC. It's a 12-month one, so they're worth quite a lot. And it's very easy and free to join the giveaway, so check that out. !Gleam in the chat.
I just got bullied because I went the wrong way. But yeah, as you can see, I only have one checkpoint. I'm not collecting anything else, and if I die, I just have to run all around the place. But yeah, I should not have gotten kicked by that Royal Knight right there. What I should have done is actually gone here where there is nobody at all. Okay. So yeah, there is sometimes some problems with collision. You'll just be sent flying. Please don't. I don't wanna fly away off this tower. But yeah, this tower is still not the worst one. The worst one would be the last tower that you do. That one is actually difficult. This one has a fairly straightforward fight, at the very least. And there are no teleporting ninjas, I don't know how to call them, bandits. I think they're called assassins. But yeah, there's like every single weapon has leveling system for killing enough enemies, and then there is a leveling system on skills that you perform, and then yeah, a lot of stuff. Game is actually content rich. Well, I wouldn't say it's really content rich because the chapters are fairly short, but it has content to do. It has some fun challenges you can perform because you can do it very specific weapons. You can do the kicks
cool,
more
though.
often. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that chapters being short necessarily means that it's not good. Sometimes short and sweet is the way to go.
Yep. Need to parry that one. Okay. And now I'm just gonna kick that guy down. Okay. I don't wanna load my checkpoint here. Just wanna exit down the tower and proceed over there. That's the last tower and the most difficult one. Also, dashes is kind of like... I can't run this game for long because my dashing finger gets really tired. Because it's a very weird pace and you gotta always keep tapping it. You can't just hold it or spam it. You gotta do it in certain rhyme or otherwise it just won't be working. And now this is my least favorite clip. It's that one. Okay. It's kind of weird. Okay, here. I wanna not fly off the tower.
I believe in you.
Okay, this could have gone bad, but was kind of alright. Okay, I need to kick both of these guys because otherwise they'll throw me off, that's for sure. Already had bad experiences in the past. So ideally, the Royal Guard just infighted with whoever was following me, and as a result they shouldn't follow me anymore inside the tower. And now this tower is luckily a bit busted, as in broken, I mean. I don't know if busted would be a correct word, but ideally, idea is that AI doesn't work here for some reason until a certain point, so I'm gonna abuse that. So I'm gonna kick that guy in the corner, kill him here. That guy notices me, but that's fine. Everyone else still kind of chills, they don't see me. I'm gonna approach them one by one, and then I'm gonna kill them. And as soon as I'm done with the key offenders here, which is the Royal Knight and the Berserker, hopefully he dies. Okay, I can just kick everyone who's left.
Your
And
way up the tower kind of reminded me about the Dark Souls and Orlando, you know, the knight.
Yeah.
But like times 10.
Yeah, there are some non-fun parts. I mean, there are checkpoints all around the place, so if you die in tower, you're kind of fine. Not in the run, though. Just choosing to save, because not save, heal. Be a bit more... to feel a bit more well here. I don't know. I'm doing this very safe right now. Oh, come on! Why didn't you not die? The priest does extremely low damage, actually, to enemies. You'd think that this fire cannon does some stuff, but it only does stuff to you. Alright, and this is the last key, and I just respawn back at the fountain, which is back at the puzzle, and we are... There wouldn't be a Souls-like without ONS fight. We're gonna have a little ONS here, coming right up. This is... oh god, I should have looked around, so I should have rotated the top instead of the bottom. And here we go. Well, we need to open, and the opening of the fight here is always the same. So the Anane, or whatever she called, will just always teleport behind you, and then you just want to force her to do a simple attack, not get hit by the... Okay, I need to back off now. Attacks of this guy knock you back really far away. This is unblockable. And she doesn't wanna give me an attack. Parry. And come on, attack me. Okay, and now you just spam him. He has one attack that you can block, but otherwise he's just gonna be jump around. but given how much you can heal, that won't be a problem.
You were not kidding when you said like a mini ONS.
No, I wasn't. This fight on hardest difficulty is actually pretty difficult the first time.
It looks hard.
Yeah, because they're very pushy, and they... Once one dies, the other gets buffed. This is pretty much really just straight up carbon. Well, I wouldn't say carbon copy, but close enough of a copy. The ONS fight. Oh, I can't block that. Better not block the unblockables, that only makes things worse. And yeah, thus we go into the chapter 3, which is a list of arenas. It's just a rush through like 7 arenas, which are spawning enemies on a timer. Not very exciting. So this chapter is kind of very lazy, and where most people feel like this game kind of falls apart. I agree. It has a nice...
So this is the part that made Google call it almost a good game.
Yeah, I would say this is the part. Because you feel like, okay, give me more weapons, new enemies, and then you go here and it's like the same enemies, just multiple arenas. And then you get one new weapon, which is just basically an outro thing that you can only use in the outro. You can't even use it in NG+, which is a bit of a shame, because it's a cool weapon.
I do have 2 donations for you if
Good.
it's a good time. All right, so thanks for the cakes, exclamation mark. Donated $25 saying, enjoy the gnarly speedruns. Thank you so much, thanks for the cakes. Who got your cake? That's really interesting. What type of cake was it? I hope you enjoyed. Just as much as we're enjoying these speedruns, $25 going straight to Save the Children. It makes a huge difference for kids in Save the Children's programs. As little as $1 can be the difference between life and death for kids in Save the Children's programs. It can provide treatment against pneumonia, which is one of the top 5 killers of children under the age of 5. So even if it's little, which $25 is not a little, by the way, but for those of you who might think that your donations are not enough, it is definitely enough. And it goes a long way. So thank you so much. Thanks for the cakes again. And then we've got Ash with a $5 donation, which I'm gonna blush when I say this out loud, saying, Maral is cute and an incredible woman. Oh, thanks for strong-arming me to fundraise for Save the Children with you every year. Less than 3. Thank you, Ash. I want to give a big shout-out to Ashwin in the chat. She has helped organize this marathon and has gone above and beyond to make this happen. So if you're enjoying this, please give her a heart or an appreciation message. She's been doing amazing stuff, and a lot of the giveaways that we're able to provide this year, including like the Elden Ring CNT keys and all that stuff, is much thanks to her. So thank you again, Ash, and thank you for the donation. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thanks for donations. And I got really unlucky on that arena. I spent, I don't know, unholy amount of time fighting the enemies there. So Scorpions, they have one of the awkwardest parries. And yeah, this is the chapter where you use the Skull Bash, as it is your strongest weapon. It has a crit on the head. It's kind of hard to hit the head most of the time though. But it also goes through the blocks, which there are quite a lot of parrying these skeletons with shields. And some enemies just take more blunt damage here. So it's just good all around, but the problem with this weapon is it's kind of slow, so whenever you swing it around, if you get hit, you go into stumble animation, which isn't the problem in inbounds category, because you use a different weapon. You don't use this one. In inbounds, you gotta collect the hammer, whatever, and that one, its special properties that the attacks cannot be interrupted. So it makes it a really, really good weapon, like an insane for this part. You just go ham with it, and that's about it. Yeah, this is third arena now. And we have 4 more, I believe. Maybe 3. I always forget how many there is. It's kind of funny because there is an achievement for each chapter to complete the chapter without leveling. And there is one for this chapter as well, but there is not a single fountain, so you never can level up really. So you just get this achievement by completing this chapter. Unless I missed something really major and there was a fountain all along. Please yell at me if you know. Likely nobody knows.
I wouldn't know, I'm sorry.
You don't even know if that's a good game or not.
No. But I mean, it does look good actually, like I'm enjoying it.
It's fun to play.
Like it reminds me a little bit of like a Doom / Dark Souls / Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like tries to be kind of what you described, like a boomer shooter, but not a shooter. Yeah, so in a way you are correct.
And you're also the runner, and I think you're awesome, so it makes it even better. Do you have time for a donation?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we've got Herb Ferguson with a $25 donation saying, donating for the kids. Keep up the good work, guys. And by the way, hey, Maral, smiley face. Well, hello there, Herb Ferguson, and thank you so much for the $25 donation. Very much appreciated. We're gonna do a chant for you in the chat. Yeah. Also, don't forget to join the Gleam giveaway for free PC games.
So these arenas are kind of weird. I'm also not always understanding when you can kick enemies off the ledges and when you cannot. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Depends on an enemy, on their animation, on time of day, of moon cycle, I don't know. Just of various things. And these are my favorite enemies to fight here, because they do that, then you just do that, and they die. Love that. Ever so satisfying. Oh, come on, I missed the kick. And then there is a berserker, which I'd like to not fight. Please attack me and go away. Thank you. Here? No. Oh yes, okay. I was correct. So this is final arena coming up. And this one is really dumb. It's constantly spinning, and because of that, when enemy, I don't know, there's something wrong with physics here, but whenever enemy does a melee attack to you, I'll try to show it off. Come on, do it. It does that. I even take this death right here just to show it off. So you never, even if I would have parried it, I would have still flew. I would still go far in a distance. That's what I would have done, and this is not good, and you obviously just die because of that. So what I try to do is just kick them if I see them attacking. And if I ever parry anything, it's only their... This guy is the most annoying. This one is the biggest offender. Like, this one, Fire Mage, not the other ones. But the first one, it just sometimes spawns right in your face and just kicks you off the arena. And now 2 mobile artilleries, I believe. Right? And then 2 priests, and then we go into the outer part. By on the fire priest. Oh, he didn't die to a fall damage. Well, just gotta bully him then.
This is a bullying game. It bullies you and you bully them.
Yeah. We just don't like each other.
What's the name of this guy?
The other priest. There's the fire priest and electrical. I believe. You know what?
The disco guy.
I can actually check how the other priest is called. We can go into the lore menu. We can go into...
I don't want to slow you down.
No, I know it. Firestorm priest and lightning priest. Okay. So we get this weapon. And there is a faster strat than do what the game wants you to do. So the game wants you to swing it around, have fun. That's slower by 10 seconds than actually just dashing all the way through. Because on some point game just... Like if you try to skip the enemies, game will not spawn anything. But as soon as you do it for long enough time, game just gives up and starts spawning everything in quick succession. And yeah, after that you just get to the Fire Priest, which is the only enemy you want to kill here. And after that, the sequence ends. And this is almost the end of the game, by the way. Just to feel good. And unfortunately, Power Mace doesn't transfer into New Game Plus. Otherwise it would have been quite satisfying to swing around. I think this game scales indefinitely in terms of NG pluses. I got to like NG plus 5 and I saw more, I believe, online on screenshots.
Oh man.
But yeah, last 2 enemies. We're almost done the game.
Alright.
Gonna whack
You're
him.
underestimate.
Yeah, should be. Alright. Soon be ready on time. Because lore happens right now. I don't know what's going on. Lore. That's the only explanation I have. Be ready on time. Time. There is only one ending in this game. You just do things. And then you meet this guy who tells you that you did good, and then you kind of become one with him or something, and you become the Elderborn, Star Child, something.
The Elderborn, Tezur0.
He speaks weird words. Yeah, I am the Elderborn, apparently.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you to Tezur0. I wanted to read a donation if it's possible.
Sure.
It's a huge one.
Yeah.
Like a massive one. We've got a $102 donation from Peanut saying, thank you, Ashwin and Morale, for all your work. Franker Z, oh my dog, and the donation for the kids. Thank you so much, Peanut. And I also want to say thank you to Tezur0 for coming on here and running. Tezur0, I adore you. And thank you again, Peanuts. You're amazing. That's just absolutely incredible. We are so close to $3,000 raised, which if we hit $3,000, I've said it before, but I will say it again. That marks us as a Speed Souls charity marathon reaching $50,000 raised in total across all of our events so far, and it would mean the world for us to hit that massive goal. So thank you, Peanut, and everyone else for contributing to this and being here. If you cannot contribute with a donation, make sure you help spread the word. You can retweet our go live tweet. It does so much. And we're all here gathered to make a difference for kids in need while enjoying our hobby. Tezur0, do you have any last wrapping up words?
No, not really. I mean, thanks for having me. It's a fun game. If you feel like trying it, go get it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. And who was it that gifted it to you? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Sui, my moderator. Yeah.
Very nice. Shout out to Zui. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Do you want to shout out your channel or anything like that?
Yes. Here I am in chat. I'm in chat. Mama. But yeah, if you wanna watch me play some games, you can find my link there. Click me and then maybe follow. And I do sometimes do speedruns, but rarely this game. But I already bought Elden Ring, so I'm gonna stream that. All right. On that note, I'm gonna be going. Bye. Thanks. See ya.
Wait, before you leave to Zero, did you know that we're giving away CNT, like the network test keys?
No.
Okay, well, make sure to tune and stay around the Speed Souls Charity Marathon because we're giving out some of those. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll get one.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Right.
All right.
Have a great marathon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me again.
You.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.